You know what they say? It can take one great mind to make a superstar effort in Hollywood, in TV, or in movies. And this guy, what he did for science fiction movies, for the power of sequels, cannot be understated. I really think he should have received an Oscar for his efforts or an honorary Oscar. But what really hurt him, obviously, he died quite young, at the young age of 51. But what he's left for us, the fans of the Planet of the Apes, is just outstanding. So today we're talking about who I consider the king of the Planet of the Apes series, Arthur P. Jacobs. Now, Arthur P. Jacobs was a press agent originally who turned film producer responsible for such films in the 60s and 70s as the Planet of the Apes series, as well as Oscar nominated Dr. Dolittle, Goodbye, Mr. Chips, played again Sam, of course, with Woody Allen, and Tom Sawyer through his company, Apjack Productions. Now, Arthur was born to a Jewish family in L.A. He lost his father in a car accident in 1940 and his mother to cancer in 1959. He majored in cinema at the University of Southern California in 42, learning the tools of the trade hands on. Now, he started as a courier at MGM in 43 and was promoted to a publicity department before being lured to Warner Brothers as a publicist in 46. In 47, he left Warner's and opened his own public relations office, and in 56 he formed the Arthur B. Jacobs Company Incorporated. Among his clients were Gregory Peck, Jimmy Stewart, Judy Garland, and Marilyn Monroe. Now in 63, Jacobs formed a feature film production company, Apjack Productions, which released his first film, What a Way to Go, through 20th Century Fox the following year. Jacobs had been able to secure financing for the project on the strength of Fox contract star Monroe's agreement to star in it, but her death in 62 forced Jacobs to replace her with Shirley MacLaine. What a Way to Go becoming one of Fox's highest grossing releases of 64, earning Jacobs enough credibility for the studio to finance Dr. Dolittle. Ultimately, a much maligned movie that failed both critically and commercially upon its release in 67, but did get a few Oscar nominations, and Talk to the Animals was a key song for most of the decade. Now, in Planet of the Apes, however, his next project became a box office hit in 68 and spawned four sequels, a cartoon series, and eventually a TV show. That same year, he married actress Natalie Trundy, who would play various characters in all four sequels. At the time, Jacobs' company merged with Jerome Hellman Productions and produced the musical Goodbye, Mr. Chips for Jacobs' former employer, MGM. Now, despite being cheaper and less troublesome to produce than Dr. Dolittle, it too went mostly unnoticed at the box office, but got a nomination for Peter O'Toole in various Best Actor races. Now, according to Trundy, Jacob stated, I will never in my lifetime make a film that cannot be seen by the whole family, and gave the rights to the Midnight Cowboy to his associate, Jerome Hellman, for no fee, saying, I will not have my name on it. Midnight Cowboy went on to win the 69 Academy Award for Best Picture for Hellman. Now, in 73, Apjack Productions were named Apjack International. Jacobs produced the Reader's Digest financed Tom Sawyer, a musical which featured both a script and musical score by the Sherman Brothers. It was to be the first of a five-picture deal with the prolific composers. However, on June 27, 73, during production of the second film, Huckleberry Finn, Jacobs died suddenly of a heart attack at the age of 51. Now, in addition to producing Huckleberry Finn, Jacobs was working on a number of projects at the same time. He had just made a pilot for a TV series, Topper Returns, starring Roddy McDowall, who was part of his Planet of the Apes franchise in numerous movies. It also included Stephanie Powers and John Randolph. He was also the executive producer of the Planet of the Apes TV series and was developing a full-length science fiction feature called Voyage of the Oceanauts. He also wanted to produce a film version of Frank Herbert novel, Dune. Of course, that has been in fruition from the early 80s release to the current sensation. Now, Trundy, who was filming Huckleberry Film on location at the time of her husband's death, assumed control of her husband's company and sold all rights and financial participation in the Planet of the Apes franchise to Fox, choosing to concentrate on other projects. Now, just a recap. Huckleberry Finn in 74, Battle for the Planet of the Apes in 73, Tom Sawyer, aka a musical adaptation of Mark Twain's Tom Sawyer, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Play It Again, Sam, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Goodbye, Mr. Chips, The Chairman, aka the most dangerous man in the world, Planet of the Apes, Doctor Doolittle, and What a Way to Go, and of course, Topper returns. Now, what Jacobs really did for Hollywood is basically focus in on the possibility of multiple sequels with the same concept. Now, you look at Raiders of the Lost Ark, you look at Jaws, look at Star Wars. He was the first one to perfect the science fiction sequel, different stories on the same theme. But some people said he was the smartest man in Hollywood, and I tend to agree. Robert Evans said once when he passed away, all that knowledge and talent passed away with him. I don't think there's been any replacement for Arthur Jacobs because he was basically so in tune with what the public wanted. And I basically believe his passing away really hurt the viability of the Planet of the Apes franchise for a while until Natalie sold it to Fox because, that was his baby, really, if you look at it. But what a concept. I mean, when you're a producer or a showrunner and, you're doing the greatest science fiction franchise of the 1970s, in my personal opinion. I believe Planet of the Apes is bigger than Star Wars overall for all ages because everybody loves Planet of the Apes, and we're still talking about it later. While Star Wars has been ebbed and flowed, just tremendous. But you look at the fourth movie in the sequel, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and you see what I call the Jacob's touch, where basically he's giving the public what they want, but also not giving them what they want. He's making you come back. He's giving you what you want to see on the screen, but there could be no end to it. He was like a soap opera producer, but on the big screen. Because the five movies together, you still want more Planet of the Apes, because what's going to happen to Caesar, what's going to happen to Brent and everybody else. It's pretty amazing. So that's the latest on our Planet of the Apes. What do you call tribute podcast? If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe. It's Good Friday weekend, obviously, in across the globe. So happy Easter, everybody! If you happen to see Ten Commandments or King of Kings on your TV, just remember that everything is connected to the Planet of the Apes in one way or another, directly or indirectly. And don't forget, as we say in Northern New Brunswick, when the snowstorm comes, keep your stick in the ice. Have a good one. Bye.